clap. Just clap and clap. Perfect. Awesome. Yeah, that's for Matt. This is for Matt. We clap for Matt. No, I'm just kidding.
It helps me sync it.
Okay. Anyway. But yeah, we'll get into it and then you talk about what you want to talk about. Don't push on anything else. So, yeah. What's going on, folks? Welcome to the Lemonade Podcast. I'm your host, Frank. Here at the Lemonade Podcast, we go by the saying, when life gives you lemons, we make lemonade. And we pour it onto the world. And with that, we hope to encourage, inspire, and empower not only those of you tuning in, but our guests themselves. And today's guest is Erin. Hi. Welcome.
Thank you for having me here today.
Oh, thank you for being here. Before we get into it, I just real quick, I would like to ask anyone who is listening or watching on YouTube, one, to say hello to Matt on there on the comments. Just say what's up, because he's not on social media still. Who knows if and when he will ever be. And two, if you find this or any other episode helpful or encouraging, whatever it may be, or just, laughs or for fun, please share it with anyone that you feel may be impacted somehow by it, or just for fun if you want to just fucking share it, period. Thank you. We appreciate it here at the Lemonade Podcast. Matt, Mike, and myself, we're doing what we can, having the people on that we do, and it's just really appreciated if you could go ahead and do that for us. So, yeah, that's about it for that. You're Matt's friend. Yes. We're going to go with that. Matt's friend and coworker.
Yeah.
Correct. Awesome. Yeah. All right.
Cool guy.
He's all right. No, he's cool. He's one of the best. One of the best. This is why we have him here.
And
Dan. Yeah, quick shout out to Dan. Just putting at the camera. Dan, there you are. Dan, he was in our previous season. Yeah. We're going to say that. And it was great. It was great to talk to him. It was like talking to a friend, an old friend. Not that he's old. He is old.
He's a young guy.
I mean, compared to me, everyone is young. No, but it was really cool to talk to him. It felt very natural, and it goes with everything that we do here. It's a conversation. It's never anything too formal. It's okay. Question number 1. So speaking of questions, don't forget about the daily, the question of the day. I had one, and I had it last night, and I forgot it. So, Matty Ice, we're gonna leave you to that. So be ready for that, Erin.
Okay.
All right, real quick, just if you want to throw out your social, just for if anybody that that's gonna listen to this or watch it, they can follow you if you, for whatever reason, really.
Okay. My Instagram is 510Nikki, NICKI.
Perfect. There you go.
That's where you can find it.
Yeah. No. There you go. So Matt will put it on. Matt will put it on YouTube. Yeah. Everybody can see it, just like this. And I myself, I will go ahead and put it on the show notes and whatnot. And so hopefully you get some people to follow your journey as we get into it today. So we're here to talk about your story when it comes to skimboarding.
Yes.
Not skin, skim, SKIM.
Yep. Like skim milk.
There you go, like skim milk. Great. Yeah. First of all, where are you from?
I'm from Berkeley. Well, I was born in San Francisco, California.
There you go. Shout out to San Francisco.
Shout out to San Francisco.
Yeah.
Grew up in Berkeley.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
across the bay.
You did you stay long in Frisco or did you?
I lived there for like the first year of my life.
Okay.
So I don't remember that at all.
Do you go back? Do you still have family?
I still have family there. Yeah. But not a lot. Everyone's kind of moving away.
Yeah.
It's expensive.
Yeah. I mean, it's
people
expensive.
just kind of migrated to do their own things.
Yeah. I like San Francisco. It's a little cooler. I like the cold.
Yeah, it's a lot cooler. It's changed a lot though.
Yeah.
Since the tech industry, I think, has changed.
Yeah.
A lot of things.
Yeah. Kind of like Seattle.
I bet it. I've never
boom.
been, but I would assume it's changed a lot with tech.
So I feel like San Diego is also kind of like, I don't know about the tech side, but definitely it's...
I didn't grow up here, so I don't know.
Yeah, you can tell like downtown, like you start seeing the cranes and all that, like they're starting to build. Anyhow, but that's San Francisco. And then Berkeley, you were in Berkeley, that's where you were raised.
Yeah, for 18 years.
18 years, okay, there you go.
Until I graduated, or 17, I guess. I graduated at 17, so
oh, wow.
I guess I left. Maybe I left at 18.
Okay. Yeah. Over a decade.
Over a decade. It was a long time ago.
I like to say over a decade. It sounds way cooler to me. I don't know why. But so from Berkeley, I know you mentioned earlier as we spoke about you going from, or how you ended up in San Diego. Mm-hmm. You went from Berkeley down to Riverside.
Down to Riverside. School. Yeah, I went to school there.
Okay.
And then because I was there for like 5 years, and then my grandmother lived out here in San Diego.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
So
yeah.
I kind of grew up coming to visit her,
Okay.
every year or something like that.
Yeah.
And beautiful city. I always felt like a vacation destination kind of.
I mean, yeah, it is.
It
This
to a
is where
certain
people
extent.
come to vacation ish, for the most part.
Some
I
people
don't
do.
know. I mean, we live here, so I'm like, I'm here every time.
Yeah, it's a
I'm-
little different once you've been here for a while. but-
Yeah. And I'm like, oh, let's play tourist. What do we do? I
Yeah.
do it every day. Yeah, but when people come out of town, you go through Balboa Park, Old Town, La Jolla, the beaches and whatnot. I like to take them a little bit more deeper in east.
Oh yeah.
Southeast even at times. You have a place like also Barrio Logan now who's expanded so much and then keep growing and the art scene
Yeah. Oh yeah.
out
There's a
of
lot of
there.
art down there.
Yeah, I mean we interviewed Jess, we interviewed Optimus Volts, Mary June, those people, and forgive me if I'm forgetting anybody that we've interviewed from the Art Hub. I don't know if they call it the Art Hub where we were, where a lot of people do their art now.
The place with the art.
Yeah, it's the Art Hub. I was like, oh snap! But it's really dope. Seeing the evolution of that place and seeing people just go after theirs, as we say, and just pursuing their own, man. It's been really exciting and really fun to see people, even just people just starting out, because that's what we try to do here, catch them while they're still raw, and you see their growth and their evolution. But it's been great, and I love it, and I support it, and we're here for it. Anyway, so from Berkeley to Riverside, and now you're in SD.
Yeah.
How'd you end up in SD?
So yeah, my
After-
grandmother lived here, and then it kind of was either that or move back home. And it's since I graduated college, it's gotten more and more expensive there. And I kind of found a group of friends down here that I felt comfortable with, and found a job at Starbucks.
Hey,
And
there you go.
Started working at Starbucks, and then I discovered so I learned how to skimboard in college.
Oh, okay.
Well, I grew up skateboarding when I was a
Gotcha.
kid, so that's
Alright.
kind of what got me into this whole thing.
Yeah, the
And
boards.
The board sports. A little colder up there, so you can't
Did
really.
you call it board
skateboard.
sports?
Board sports. Yeah.
Board sports.
Any
I
kind
like
of sport
it. I like
involving
it.
a board.
Board sports. Board sports. All right.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Shout out to board sports.
Shout out to board sports. Yeah, board sports.
Board sports.
All right. Dope. All right.
Yeah.
So skimboarding, skimboarding.
Skimboarding, yeah.
Yeah. In college.
In
as well?
college,
Okay.
my boyfriend at the time had a skimboard at his house. We went to go visit his family in Ventura, which is where he grew up.
Mm-hmm.
And he had a skimboard, and I was like, oh, this looks like really fun.
Yeah.
Looks like skateboarding, but like when you fall, probably wouldn't hurt quite as much because
Right, I
sand
mean-
is a little bit more forgiving than
Yeah, it can be.
the concrete.
Yeah, it can be. Yeah.
And then, so then when I moved out here, I just like had a pretty cheap board that I had bought,
Mhm.
like, I don't know, when I was in college, and brought it out and just like found a random beach and was like, this
Yeah.
looks like this might be fun. And
That might be it.
then a bunch of guys were just skimboarding, and
Yeah.
so I
Okay.
kinda got into it. And
How long have you I would say been doing it for?
so if you count college,
Yeah.
you have to do the math on that. Like
Math is hard.
many years. 2008 was
Okay.
probably 2006 was probably when I first learned how to do it.
Okay.
And then I moved here in 2009. So if you do the math backwards from
Yeah.
2022.
Yeah, my daughter was born in 2006.
At least
And-
1 year.
So how old is she?
She's 17? She'll be 17.
Okay, so for about 17 years
There
then
you
I've
go.
been
Over a decade.
skimboarding.
Almost 2 decades.
Almost 2 decades. That's a long time.
Yeah, no, but then it's dope. So just to clarify, because I know we talked about this, there's this skimboard,
Yes.
and then there's the thinner ones. They're wood.
The wooden ones,
Okay,
yeah.
I know Matt was like, those are more of the old school traditional ones. I don't know.
I think like the first ones that people ever used.
Okay.
So when, I don't know, people first decided they wanted to try,
Mm-hmm.
I'm guessing it's like surfing, but without so it's like a surfboard without a fin. And it's really thin.
Yeah, it's really thin and
And so-
smaller than.
Yes,
Can
a
it
lot
be?
smaller than
Oh,
a
it's
surfboard.
like
Yeah,
half.
So this is like, I don't think you'd find a surfboard that small.
Maybe a paddle.
But-
Not a, what do you call it? A boogie board.
Like a boogie board. Yeah, it's like between the size of a boogie board and a surfboard. Closer to a boogie board
The
size.
wooden ones, are they thinner or am I tripping? Because I feel like in my head they're like this small,
They're
like half
a-
of this size.
They're thinner,
Maybe.
I'd say. But
Okay.
these are carbon fiber.
Gotcha.
And so they're very light for the size that they are.
Okay.
And then they're you can make like the edges really sharp, which makes it easier to turn. So with surfing, if you're gonna turn in the water,
Yeah.
the fin is what helps you kind of control it.
Gotcha.
But with this, you use the edges versus. So it's
Yeah.
kind of like ice skating in that sense. Like you use the edge of the ice skate.
Yeah.
Or like snowboarding, use the edge to the edge of the board, so there's no fin to kind of direct you.
Gotcha. Okay.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
For anybody that doesn't any of that, you would know. I have no idea. I did barely stand on my own too. I would tell you that. I tried paddleboarding in Hawaii. I tried to stand up twice. I don't want to say I tried paddleboarding twice. I tried to stand up twice. Both times I fell, and I said, "Fuck this." So I just sat on it, and I was like paddling. This is good enough for me.
Too.
I like swimming. I'm deep diving out there. I don't want to say deep diving, but we were really diving deep. So, but it's beautiful. The ocean is great.
I love being anything having to do with water. I love it. So,
Okay.
So this is kind of like really nice.
Well, just like today, it was raining. It is raining, and I was like, "Yo, just throw the board on the fucking ground."
I've actually done that before.
Yes? How
But
did it work?
if it's not deep enough, and then you hit the what the skimboard does is you run with it, you throw it down, you jump on it, and then you skim across the water. So skimming, like you skim across the water, and you need a very very like thin amount of water in order for that to happen. But if there's not enough water, then it'll scrape against whatever's underneath it. And so sand, it's fine because it just kind of like stops you, and then you'll fly off of it.
Yeah.
But if it's concrete or like gravel or something like that, then it'll start to scrape the bottom of the board.
Oh, and then you fall, and then you scrape the rest of you.
Yeah.
Awesome.
But there's like different kinds of skimboarding too. So there's what we call flatland skimboarding versus wave riding skimboarding.
Okay.
And so what I do is the wave riding one, but you can do flatland, which is like they do a lot in like France and other like inland places where you don't. I know France also I think has water, but but for places that's more inland where you don't have access to the ocean, then you can set up just like I've seen them videos of people like setting up just big pools of water.
Okay.
And people running with their boards and then run and they do tricks. So they like do like shove-its and
shove-its.
people can do kick flips with them, which is wild because the whole board flips that way.
Right.
And then
it's not like it's only one-sided though.
it's only one. Yeah. So you're not supposed to stand on the other side.
Yeah.
You'll slip off. So this
Gotcha.
has you put
'Cause it
wax
has
on this so your feet stick and they don't slide off or the grip the bar right here.
Right. It's funny because you started this whole terminology with board sports, one, and then you had the other two. I'm sorry. Well, not the kick flips, but the one before that.
Oh, shove-its. Or
Shove-its.
kick
Okay.
flips?
And then I was like, oh man, I want to get
It's
into.
like skateboard
I want to get into the terminology
Okay.
and maybe there's slang. We're gonna get into this
I should have
dictionary.
brought a little mini one so I could demonstrate.
Just like skirt.
This is
Awesome. Well, I mean, we have you demonstrate on the street. No, I'm just kidding. We'll shoot some
is raining.
B-roll and we're good. No. What are some of the popular, I would say, or terminologies that was like, oh, hey, everybody knows that, this, that, and the other?
Oh,
Hope I'm asking that correctly.
I don't know. That's a good question.
So a shove it. What's a shove it? Let's go with that.
So a shove it is where the board is flat, you're going this direction, and then you kick it so that it turns all the way. Like you can do a
180?
a 180, a 360, a 720, depending on how many
Math
times
is
you get
hard.
to spin around.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Do you spin? You literally
So
as you're going.
jump up
Yeah.
and you use your feet to spin the board. So you're staying up and down vertical looking in this direction, but the board spins underneath you and then you land on it again.
Matrix.
But if you get it wrong and your foot lands and the board gets you in the ankle or the shin, you can do a lot of damage.
It sounds like you've had that happen.
Yes.
Yes. Oh,
I think anybody that's skimboarded or tried for more than a day to skimboard has gotten
ankles.
one of these to the ankle, and that'll break your ankle or damage it.
I
So
thought
this
it was
isn't even
softer.
as sharp as they get, but they.
Ouch. Nope.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Good.
But what's another one?
So a kick flip is where the board, so you're going on the board like this, and then it turns all the way around that way, and then you land on
Right. Just like a skateboard. Right?
just like a skateboard.
Cool,
yeah.
cool.
One Tony Hawk tells everyone to do.
That's the one that Tony Hawk tells everyone to do.
Hey, kid.
And then he gives them free stuff or something, I think, when he
Oh
does.
man. Okay. Are you giving out anything for free? No, I'm just kidding.
Lessons?
Lessons
I
are
can
free.
teach you how to do it if you want
Oh,
to
there
try.
you go.
You get
All
free
right, cool.
lessons.
Oh man, that'll be fun.
You feel like
Matt,
falling?
I feel like
Teach
Matt would
Matt.
be perfect. Yeah, he looks like he could be skimboarding. Yeah. Oh, Matt. Yeah, that'd be dope. We're gonna have to do that. We could do it.
Record me sucking.
Yeah. sucking at
Skimboarding.
skimboarding.
The wipeouts are the best. For
The
that.
wipeout.
That's what everyone tunes in for, anyways.
I love it. Yeah. You've
Nobody
had.
watches NASCAR because they like racing.
You're
like
just
the white
waiting.
pads.
Maybe eventually they'll turn right.
Oh.
Anyway, so moving on from that with terminology, thank you for that
Yeah.
because I'm very ignorant to all
No,
this.
I mean the audience might not know either, so
They might not.
that's why.
You also did it professionally.
Yeah, so I competed in it.
Okay.
After showing up to the beach and kind of meeting local, it was 99% guys that did it.
Yeah.
There was like a guy, Rob, that I met, and he had a friend, Tia, that used to skim there too. She was
Yeah.
like probably the only other girl at the time.
Yeah.
And I would just see them kind of randomly when I was at the beach, and they were like, "Hey, you should check out one of the contests someday. We do contests. You look like
dope.
you're decent at this." And
Did they run it or? it
so
was kinda
they
like-
kind of helped. They had ins with the other kind of people that set up the contests and stuff. So
gotcha.
connections, I guess.
Dope.
And they were like, "Yeah, come check it out and see if you want to compete." And so I tried to get some friends to come with me. Nobody wanted to come, so I drove up to Newport Beach by myself.
Yeah.
And
Newport's huge too.
yeah, and the
It's like a
waves
whole
there
national
are
park or something,
intense.
right?
I don't know. Is it?
I think so. I
Yeah.
know you have to pay to fucking get in that.
I know the whole
yeah.
beach there.
There's a whole beach there.
It's huge.
Yeah, beautiful
the
beaches.
beach, it's
Yeah.
like huge. And
It's-
it's wide.
It's wide. It's got the big waves that crash right on shore. So for the kind of wave riding skimboarding, you want to go to a place that's got a steep slope right where the sand meets the water.
Okay.
And you want big waves that are going to crash right on shore because you have to run and jump and get on the
Yeah.
board. So if they're crashing too far out, you're never going to make it.
So,
So-
professionally, is there any training that you have to do, or are you just constantly just out there? The only
So
reason
you
I
just-
ask,
Oh, go ahead.
sorry, the only reason I ask because I know you mentioned running.
Uh-huh.
Do you have to do some of that? Get your cardio up, like
Some people do.
Okay.
I think now people have gotten. I think the competitive nature of it has increased. Or from what I can tell, it seems
Yeah.
like people are getting more into it. So a lot of people that are still really in the game will definitely train
Yeah.
hard and work out, do the
Yeah.
whole I don't know, where you, with the ropes, and the
Yeah.
balancing and the
yeah.
all
Okay, I know
the-
what you're
all
talking
the
about.
training
Like, yeah, with the
what CrossFit, yeah, that's what it's called.
yeah. There you go, all that
I
stuff.
do all that, but I never did that. I just showed up at the beach every day and skimboarded because I wasn't making any money working at Starbucks, but I
Yeah.
loved going to the beach, so
Yeah.
I was free to just show up and
Yeah, I mean,
so I
it's
did
there.
that. But yeah, so
Should-
they were like, "Yeah, come to a contest and check it out. I think you'll do good." I showed up and I was like, I didn't know anybody there except for these guys, and they're kind of off doing their own thing. And
Yeah.
I competed. I completely, lost. I was like very, very much below. My skill level was way lower than the other women that were there.
Oh,
I think
so there were a
there,
lot
there
more
were other
women?
women
Okay.
that were from Orange County, I want to say.
Okay.
I think the first I can't fully remember the first kind of ones that I went to, but definitely not as good. But it did kind of, I think seeing as a woman that does sports that's kind of dominated by men mostly,
Yeah.
seeing other women out there that
Yeah.
are good at something that you want to be good at, it's kind of
Yeah.
like, oh, okay, like, so we can do that.
Right, right,
It's like
right.
seeing yourself represented in a
Oh, definitely.
space that you
Yeah, yeah.
don't.
How I mean, because there were a minimal amount of say women.
Mm-hmm.
How tough was it? I mean, to get into it, if at all.
I mean, I was able to compete. I think probably it's kind of like a double-edged sword with women. It's like if there's not a lot of people doing it, they're like, okay, I will take anybody, just get our numbers up.
Yeah.
But I just, my skill level wasn't there at all. So that was kind of like a huge blow to my ego. Not that I don't know how big my ego was then, but it kind of made me realize that I had a lot more practice that I needed to do if I
Right.
wanted to, compete at that level.
Yeah.
But
And pardon me if I'm, I'm wrong in saying this or even asking, but do the women were like really like competitive because they were women in this male dominated sport?
no, actually,
Or
I'd
were they
say-
like embracing like, hey?
Yeah, I'd say
okay.
they're actually more embracing. And I mean, it's just kind of like awkward, or for me, it was awkward at first because I didn't know them at all. And I'm not like a super social butterfly type of person.
Neither
It takes
am
a
I.
lot for me to like kind of go out of my way
No.
to just be like,
Yeah.
but, and I've kept, grown this was 20 years ago almost. So I've
Yeah.
grown throughout the years. But
Are you less social today?
I'm probably more social today
More
than
social.
I was then, but on different ways. I don't know. People just kind of change.
Right.
But yeah, I don't know. It was definitely competitive. And I didn't know them, so it's kind of awkward because I just like this random girl showing up
Right.
that doesn't really know what she's doing. She's not as good as the other people. And
Yeah.
then I lost, and then I went home, and I was like, well, that sucked. But then I think I just I was like, well, I did one contest. Why not keep trying
Yeah,
and keep practicing?
definitely.
If I like going to the beach anyways, why not like push myself?
Mhm.
And then watching the other guys skim,
Mhm.
and the kind of local guys, they were all very welcoming and
Oh, that's good.
kind of got to know them, and to the point where like I could show up to the beach any day, anytime, and if I, showed up with my board, and anybody else was there with the board, I probably knew them.
Oh, that's dope.
And so it was a whole community.
Right, I was gonna say,
Yeah.
it's the whole community is very inviting and embracing.
Yeah,
you
it
know,
was.
And I've heard different, like with women being super competitive because it's like, hey, I worked my ass off to get here, and just not anybody coming in, even as a female. You're like, you're not gonna fucking try and take me off
Yeah,
what I'm doing.
no.
But it's good to hear that.
Yeah,
maybe
yeah,
it's just
I
in
was-
movies. I don't know. I'm not
Yeah,
sure.
maybe
I'm
it's
not sure.
just- well, I don't know. It can go either way.
Right. But it's good to hear that in your experience for you, it was like the community of this sport
Yeah.
of skimboarding, they were really embracing and be like, oh, we're here for you.
Yeah.
Maybe show you a few tricks, you know what I'm saying? And help you along your journey to even compete.
Yeah,
even
yeah.
against them.
That's good.
For your first competition,
Mm-hmm.
was the format of how the competition is conducted, like, did you understand how it works when you got there, or did somebody have to kind of show you how it works and tell you when to go in the water and all that?
I had no idea what I was doing in the first contest, but yeah, they kind of coach you a little bit at the beginning. So like it depends on the contest. I think it's like 5 to 10 minutes maybe. Can't remember how long the heats are. It's been a while since I competed.
10 minutes of
Just going at however many waves you can.
running and, oh, man.
Yeah, it's a lot. It takes a lot out of
It's
you.
a lot physical, yeah.
But they have kind of rules, so they're like you get more points if you can ride a wave back to shore.
Oh.
So if you do a trick and you land it, you get more points versus like if you go to attempt a trick and you fall, then you don't get as many points as if you complete it.
Are there wipeout points?
I would definitely have won if that was the case.
We give wipeout points. Anybody wiping out?
No,
We
but
give
I think
wipeouts.
they usually at most contests at the end when they do like the awards and stuff, they'll do like the best wipe out of the whole day, so everybody that competed or the best trick of the day or the best something like that.
And there's the best wipeout.
Yeah, there's some good ones
Oh,
and some scary ones.
you wiped that out real good.
Has anybody ever taken first place and the best wipeout?
Oh, I like that.
Maybe I don't really track it, but definitely possible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What? Oh, did you win anything? I mean, I'm further along your career.
So yeah, further along, then I, kept practicing and pushing myself and learning from the guys. Like, kind of were like, oh, try this board, and like, so as I got older and got a little bit more money, I was able to buy nicer boards.
Yeah. The board that you have there's different sizes or different names. Or
All
is it
kinds. So
just
this is a Victoria Skimboard. They actually sponsored me. So
There you go. There
I
you
got
go. Shout out to Victoria.
Victoria Skimboards.
Boom. There
They
you
do make good boards.
Yeah.
It's a good family-owned company.
Are they here in San Diego?
Orange County.
Orange County. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
It's like near Laguna Beach.
All right, there
where
you
they're-
go. We'll throw their social on there if they.
Yeah, oh yeah, definitely
we'll
shout
put it
out to
out.
them.
Yeah,
They're-
yeah. Hopefully
they're
they
good
get to
people.
hear it. Yeah,
Yeah.
there you go. Boom. See, how easy was that? You
Yeah.
drew on it.
I drew on it, yeah.
Let me
You wanna
just
lift it up?
Yeah, just a little bit. There you go. Why? Okay, we have a llama.
So my wife is Peruvian. Shout out to my wife.
There you go.
Um,
Shout out to Peru.
Shout out to Peru.
Oh,
And-
my bad. Isn't Lucy from Peru? I want to say she was from
Oh,
Peru.
okay.
Brazil?
No, it was in Brazil.
Maybe Peru. I'd have to watch the episode.
Shoot.
Have to ask.
Sorry, Lucy.
No, wait. Which one's on the West Coast?
I have no.
Peru's on the
It's gotta be
I
Peru.
think that's it.
Yeah.
Because I did the little map with the kid pointing at it.
Oh, because hey Frank, yes, right there. See, Matt always likes to throw shots at me. I don't know. So you have the llama,
The llama.
right, from Peru, right?
Yeah, I guess.
The Peruvian llamas. I don't.
Yeah, they're definitely from Peru.
You drew this
I drew that. Yeah. So I'm an artist too. But
Oh,
just
there
like,
you go.
Just for fun.
just for fun. Well, that we like that. We like for fun.
Yeah, yeah.
Fun's good. Fun's good. When you
Yeah.
start doing it for fun, it's great. if you can get paid off of that, even greater.
Yeah.
Right? Because you know, allows you to, you know, live in that. But it's dope. Okay, I need a new tattoo, so just for fun, just for fun, we're gonna. Matt and I are getting, or actually Matt, Mike, and I are getting matching lemon tattoos. They don't know about
That's
it.
really cute.
Right? Oh yeah, that's what I'm going for. I'm going
That's
for
like,
cute.
no.
I didn't know where, but thank you for the idea, Matt. But lemon tattoos. No more peaches. We do lemons. We have a lemon butt. Anyway, my bad. So this is from Victoria.
Yeah. So this was all existing. I just added. I like to add a little something to all my
Yeah,
boards.
you personalize it.
Personalize
I love
it,
it.
yeah.
All right, cool.
Make
Is
it
there a
fun.
certain name to the board itself? Sorry. Or,
It's a carbon fiber. I don't remember the specs of it, but there's different thicknesses. There's different, we call rocker sizes. So it's flat, and then the front, it like pops up a little bit.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
when you're going to catch the wave,
Yeah.
you don't just nosedive. into
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
You can kind of
rocker.
make that transition.
Dope. All right.
So,
Turn it. There we
you
go.
can see the, see the back of it.
Oh, my bad.
Watch out for the fan up there.
Oh, there we
Oh,
go.
pretty colors in the
Ta-da!
back.
Is this yours or this is what they did?
This is already there. Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, it's pretty dope. I like
It's
it.
pretty. Looks
Yeah,
like
when
a
it comes
circus kind of.
Yeah, so like when you wipe out, here's the circus. No, I'm
Yeah,
just
there's
kidding.
a circus.
Yeah, that's dope. I like it. It's
Thank
and
you.
it's pretty light.
Yeah, it is pretty light given the size of it, which makes it nice for
Yeah.
wave catching and stuff.
Nice. All right. During your journey, anything that you're really super proud of, maybe an award or a wipeout. I know we keep, going after wipeouts, but yeah, is there anything that you were like, yep, this is an accomplishment for me?
Yeah, there was I got second place in one of the contests. That's the highest that I've never gotten first before.
Mhm.
But I got second in one of the Victoria Skimboard contests. And there was another time that I beat this girl named Kao, who I always thought was really talented. And
She's still.
I don't know if she skims much anymore, but she was
Do you talk to her?
not in a long time, but we're like friends, so I could reach out if I wanted to.
Well, yeah. I'm just saying because you
A shout out to Kao.
yeah, for the competitive spirit.
She's definitely very talented, and I
Okay.
didn't beat her because I was better than her. I just, it's kind of one of those
No,
things where if
you
you get
did.
lucky that day,
No,
or you have,
there's no luck. You beat her because you're better. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. No,
I
but
would argue that she was always better than me.
oh, of course,
But,
except for that.
but that day, it comes down to how you skim in that condition. So
Mm-hmm.
it's like any sport. If it's not your on day, then you're not going to do as well. If you're, you
Yeah.
could be like
You
team
could.
sports or individual stuff.
Yeah, it's definitely an off day. I've had
It's
off days.
Day for her and an on day for me, I guess.
Yeah, wait, somebody rocked it, but that's dope to
Yeah.
be able to. And I hope that it's a friendly, competitive spirit that you have.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, going after yours because, I think we talked about it in a previous episode where, I'm not here to truly compete in a negative fashion. I'm here to even compete against myself, but when I do what I do, I hope that it allows you to look at me and be like, oh, he raised the bar. He or she raised the bar.
Yeah.
And then it just motivates me to do the same, to reach to the next level. And we
Yeah.
continue to do that, raise those levels. I mean, that day, you never know. She was like, oh, yeah, I'm the best here. And then, oh, wait a minute, I just got beat.
So you gotta go practice more.
Oh, yeah, and now I'm
Erin beat me?
gonna
Okay, I
come
got
back and like, yeah, be like, just come back with it. And you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's hopefully a positive, outlook on it, never negative. We get into it, we're like, damn, we lost. But the lesson in it is like, okay, well, now I got to train a little harder, and get better just to keep raising these bars, not only for yourself, of course, because that's going to come, but for the people around you, just to elevate the sport even at that time. Yeah.
What was it about skimboarding that kept you coming back, even after like maybe a rough first start in the first competition? Like what drew you to keep coming back and doing it again? Because like I know when I was younger and I tried things, if it didn't go the way I wanted it to the first time, I was more likely to just say fuck it because I was embarrassed.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
think
But like, what was it about skimboarding that was like, no, I'm gonna go back and do it again. I'm gonna try this again.
Yeah.
I think it was very, very much like skateboarding for me.
Mm-hmm.
So I really liked skateboarding growing up, and that was one of those things that like I had a friend. Shout out to Maury Pauline, who was my best friend when I was a little kid.
There you go.
And we used to skateboard together all the time, and he was always better than me, and so it kind of pushed me to want to get better. But the better you got, the more fun it was. And the skimboarding was always the same, and I was good enough to like get on the board and stay on the board but definitely many wipeouts, in between. But
yes.
but the better that I got, the more fun it was.
Yeah,
You get a
'cause you get
huge. It's completely addicting.
Because you had to learn new stuff.
Yeah, you had to learn new
now
stuff.
I can do this. Now I
Yeah.
can do a kickstand or a what was the other one?
Kickflip.
Kickflip. My bad.
I could never do that. I could do a shove it, but
A shove
not
it.
very well.
Shove it, Matt. I like the question. It was great. I had something going on the lines with that, but I totally forgot because I got so
Oh, that's okay.
or just I got into the whole wipeouts. I was like thinking, I'm like, man, how
Has
crazy.
the sport grown in terms of the number of women that are competing?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely gotten to a much. I think the women are really pushing each other to get better, and I feel like it. I don't know. There was like a group of us for a while, probably like 8 to 10 of us that were, we'd show up to these contests a couple times a year or something, and it was always kind of like a little family reunion or something that you'd see these people a few times a year, but it was really fun, and we'd compete against each other. You'd get pretty frustrated if you lost, and I'm not gonna lie, like I get mad too. I'd be like, I could have done better, or maybe I didn't feel like the other people did as well, but they got pushed along anyways. But at the end of the day, it's like we all care about each other, and we want to lift each other up. As women, it's hard because, like you said, it like in media or whatever, the women are like all button heads and stuff and trying to work their way to the top, climb all over each other, but it's not. I don't think it should be about that, because if you're doing well, like why are you gonna keep other people down? Like you gotta lift them up too. You can't just like isolate yourself and be the only one making it to the top.
Yeah, definitely, especially because we are not here forever.
No.
And there's one day when you're not going to be able to.
Yeah.
Hopefully you can until you can't anymore, but one day you won't. And then what are you going to do? You're going to miss out because you didn't show the next person.
Yeah.
And then that sport doesn't live on.
And it kind of dies and stuff. And
exactly.
So I think
and it dies with you. And it's like, I'd much rather keep watching it,
Yeah.
I mean, I think what I was going to say is to touch on Matt's question or his comment about when he would try something and it didn't work out. He's like, fuck it.
Yeah.
I'm, for lack of a better term, stubborn.
Yeah, I'm kind of like that too.
And I'm like, nope, I'm gonna keep pushing until I got it, great,
Yeah.
and I never, it's to a fault sometimes, because it's like, bro, you're not gonna get it, bro. You're not gonna get it. Just let it go now. Yeah, that's dope. No, so seeing the sport grow, and seeing the community grow, have you still stayed in touch with the people that maybe you started off with?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there's definitely a few of the girls from the beginning that I still talk to, mostly like online, but then we'll see them every so often at the contests. I still go. I don't really compete anymore.
Okay.
Because I had a kid. Shout out to my son.
There you go. How old is he?
He's 2.5 now.
2.5. Yeah. How's that going? Terrible twos? No?
It's a little hard sometimes, but overall he's a pretty good kid.
Yeah.
So I love him more than anything in this world.
Does he watch? Has he seen you on the board?
He's watched me skimboard. My wife actually got into skimboarding too when she met me, because she used to surf, and so
there you go.
she was like, oh, this is like really fun, and so
you
she got into
converted
it. I converted her, yeah.
No.
So getting her into it was pretty cool, and then she. Shout out to my wife. Shout out to my son.
yeah. Shout out to the family, man.
The family,
Been supportive.
Yeah, but he's come out and watched us both skimboard before, and.
Do you guys teach him? Or
We were kind of trying to put him on the board. He loves the water, so like you take him to the beach and you have to like drag him out of the water. He's like screaming and crying because he wants to stay.
Water, no.
But not fully skimboarding yet. He's still a little on the young side to try it, and I'm like kind of have mixed feelings about him getting into it. Your body takes quite a beating doing something like that for many years.
But but it's, like I said, it's physical. Just even having fun with it. But if you're competing, you're gonna have to.
Then
like
you
said,
push yourself. And some of the guys, they put themselves in situations where I'm like, you're gonna drown out there, and I'm not.
Yeah, it's not worth it.
Know. Yeah, it scares me. Like, I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm a motherly instinct, but watching the guys out there, I'm like, this is like, it scares me. I don't want them to die.
Did you ever worry about that when you were out there? Or
there was actually one time when I was in during a contest, which was extra embarrassing.
Yes.
When I was in Newport Beach.
Okay.
And I'd gone to catch a wave. It was the waves were pretty big that day. And there's a pier that the contest is right next to.
Okay.
And so the waves are coming up and like spraying like the bottom of the pier, so they're pretty tall. And then the posts of the pier are like covered in like barnacles and like I was like sea life that's all rough and stuff.
Yeah.
And so I caught a wave or gone out to catch a wave and like fallen and lost my board, floating around out there, and these waves kept like pounding me, and I'm not the best swimmer in the world.
Oh, no.
And I got kind of scared, and I was getting closer and closer, getting pushed closer and closer to the pier where those like huge barnacle covered like posts are, and I got terrified, and I was like, help me. And one of the guys had to come out on his board and like rescue me basically and bring me back to shore, and that was really scary,
right?
And embarrassing because the whole beach, there's like hundreds of people there watching this contest, watching me like drowning. Basically.
My bad. It's like this fuzz. Did at any point in time did that stop you, or did it scare you enough to be like,
no, I got right back. You kind of have to decide, like, am I going to let this just end me, or am I just going to like push through it? And
I think that's one of the things, like you were talking about the dudes out there, getting close to drowning. It's like you don't think about that because you're so in it. You're having so much fun. The passion just over it takes over. It's like and it's that stubbornness, determination.
That's what drives you to get better at something, though.
Exactly. Right? So you're like, you go in there fearless.
Yeah. Did you have a lot of support when you first started from like friends and family, or was anybody like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
I think my parents were kind of like, well, I think they've always been very supportive of me, but I think there's definitely times when they were like, what do you're just like comfortable working at Starbucks forever and like going, being basically like a beach bum and spending all your time.
A hoe dad, as we talked about. Hey, Matt, real quick, when you ask or talk, try to get close to this camera, because I think the audio will pick it up better here.
Is this better?
I think so. I won't know. You will. No, but we talked about that term, hoe dad, which shout out to hoe dads.
I believe that's the proper use of that word.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
I don't know. Never heard it outside
I'll double check it.
Yeah, I've heard beach bum.
I've heard beach bum.
Cool. Yeah, man. But hey, maybe that's a SoCal thing, because it could be your boy from East Coast.
East Coast. Yeah. Cape Cod.
Yeah. Okay.
He grew up surfing out there.
They have great chips. Anyway, well, yeah, but so you go from, I would say, inland. Is Berkeley more inland?
Berkeley's right next to Oakland, so it's just the east side of San Francisco. On the Bay Bridge.
Right over, Bay Area.
Bay Area. Yeah.
Somebody told me they're from the Bay Area, but they're from Visalia.
Oh yeah, that's not Visalia. That's
anyway.
A lot of people will say they're from the Bay, and then they're from like
way
Sacramento or something. Yeah. You're like, that's not. I wouldn't really.
Just like Sacramento.
But whatever.
No, it was weird. It was weird. No.
Sacramento has a river.
Yeah,
something
leads to the Bay.
Just it's Sacramento. Knows everybody knows Sacramento. But so yeah, from the Bay Area, down to San Diego.
Yeah.
And onto your journey through skimboarding, the board sport. You know what I mean? Accomplishments is winning the second place.
Yeah.
Because to you I was
pretty proud of myself.
Yeah, no, that's good. Yeah. It's dope. Your family supporting you to a certain extent, and then they're like, all right, fuck it, then it's our life. No, I was just saying your parents might have been like, okay, well, I can't do anything. She loves it, but the passion that you grew from it, and then now with your wife, your kid, you know what I mean? Her being supportive because she herself was a surfer and you converted her.
Oh, she loved it. We loved going to the beach. We went on our honeymoon to Puerto Vallarta, and we went skimboarding there. We brought our skimboards with us,
nice.
And we met up with because the community it's like a, I don't know, when people are like, oh, you're like a professional skimboarder, I'm like, yeah, but it's like being a big fish in a puddle, like not even a small pond, because it's a very small community, but it's tight knit and it's kind of got weird spider web like reaches to other places. And so we had made friends from Mexico that had other friends that were local there, and so we met up with local guys there that we had never met before, but also skimboarded, and they were like, oh yeah, meet us at this beach and like stuff like that. So we were able to like kind of do that. We went to Cabo. We skimmed with people in Cabo that were local and stuff like that.
You call it just I went skimming?
Yeah, I went skimming. Yeah, that's what we would say. The terminology. I guess.
Skimming it.
We skimmed.
I don't know why these terms. I'm just like, okay, yeah, skimming. Shove it. I like it. It's fun times. No, but I don't know if we have the question of the day ready for her. Like I said, I had one, but I totally.
Yeah, I just remembered it.
Here we go.
If someone was gonna make a soap opera about your life,
yes,
what would you want it to be called?
Dun,
and
dun,
who would
dun,
play you?
Soap opera. of
Soap
my
opera
life.
of you. Yeah.
The Skim Days of Our Lives.
Skim Days of Our Lives.
I don't know. That's the only one I can think
There you
of.
go.
And who would play me? Maybe Julia Roberts, because she also played Erin Brockovich.
Boom. You're welcome.
I'd watch it.
You're welcome, Julia Roberts.
Not that I think I look anything like her, but the name from the...
Matt thought that it was it a movie, or you were thinking of an actor that I think if we had a movie of me,
Who would you have play you?
I wouldn't. He automatically went to John Leguizamo. Yeah.
Wasn't he the one that they said was the funny-looking guy in Fargo?
Thank you.
Right?
Fargo? I don't know. The series?
No, Fargo the movie. Did you see that?
No.
The original one?
No. I've some of it. I think John Leguizamo's in it.
Wasn't he?
The movie I always associate him with is Super Mario Bros.
Super Mario Brothers. He was Luigi. Wow. I know he's
I
gonna.
like that movie, to be fair.
I know he's gonna throw a GIF in here, so I'm just gonna be like, all right.
I'll find it.
He will. Yeah. So John Leguizamo, and I'm like, really?
I don't really see that. I'll have to
you.
look him up and
Thank
see.
you. I
Put
started
a
at
picture
it.
of him.
Who-
on
who would
People
play
can
me?
compare.
Matt Damon.
Yes, you do look.
Or-
you do have a Matt.
or
Damon feel.
maybe Brad Pitt. I say Brad Pitt right now with the hair.
You're just
you know.
trying to flatter me.
Well, you have
No.
to show a picture of him now. Otherwise, the audience is gonna be like, "Who does
Here's
this
the
guy
thing,
look like?"
Matt's still under the radar, but no, I don't know by choice. I mean,
See me in the-
if you go back to the wrap up episode in season 1, you will get to see him and you hear him speak and all that stuff. Yeah. So, but you have to go and check it out. Either way, but yeah, man. Erin Brockovich, she did that, and I was gonna introduce you as Erin Brockovich just for the fuck of it, just to be
That's what I
funny.
said.
You would have been like, "Oh my god, that's not my name," but yeah. Well, Erin, thank you for coming on. Thank you for your time, for energy, and for your story. And today we toast to you. You're skimming, and just keep shoving it. No, I'm kidding. And do your thing, and we'll catch you on the next one. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Cheers. Thank you.
Ooh, that was fun.
Okay.
Yeah. You didn't have to take your shoes off. Not that I'd mind.
We took this off, and it's
yeah.
all wet. So
Oh yeah, that's true.
I
Actually,
want to track mud all through your house. I'm respectful. I tried.
more like poop because there's dog
Yeah, he
poop
showed
outside.
me that.
Did you show you? Did you show dog poop? Yeah, dude, I got ready.
He said they ruined your mat.
They did.
Why?
It was a great mat. It read, "Just so you know, there's like a lot of plants in here."
I did see there was a lot of plants in
I had
there.
a ton. They used to be
Not-
outside.
That's not a
man.
lie.
There you go, man. There's your outro. Boom.